how this works? So the next thing you know, you see these relatively new cars going down the road and they're smoking, sending out blue smoke indicative of burning oil. What happened? Somebody thought it was folklore. It was a myth, wives' tale, to change your oil. It was about, they were so cynical that they never bothered to talk to other people or to look it up for themselves. You understand? They thought they were so smart, and in their false, foolish pride, they stuck to their guns, never changed the oil in their car, and now they got junk. Their engine shot, and the blue book of their value of their car doesn't justify even putting a new motor in the car because they refused to get enlightened, educated, because it would have hurt their pride, their ego, their false pride, and so often that's what we got. I don't know what there is to be proud about, to be gay. Okay, that doesn't make sense to me. That's like some guy saying, well, I'm proud to be a wanker. Well, you know what? I mean, really? 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 I mean, that's absurd. And there's, I mean, what person out there hasn't wanked? I mean, we've all wanked, but is it something we're proud of? No, of course not. In fact, a lot of people are just downright ashamed of it. They wish they never wanked. They wish they'd never wank again. But is it going to stop? Probably not, because it's one of those things. It's like an addiction to a drug. People are looking for escapism. So they engage in different behaviors. So we know that sexuality is related to this gay thing. And is there something to be proud about, the idea that a man is capable of having sex and triggering those same chemicals, those same drugs in the brain, okay, with a man than a woman with a woman? I mean, it's nothing to be proud about. So, coming out of the closet, fine. I mean, I can love you. I can respect you, because of your sin, because you're a wanker, because you're gay, because you're heterosexual, whatever it is. We should show that love and respect. Let people keep their dignity, okay, and let God be the overall judge at the end of their days. In the meantime, if we're going to correct each other, we should do it politely, diplomatically, tactfully, okay, and say this is the most dangerous sin. This love of money, this is what we want to get to the bottom. If we want to make our lot better, we got to get to the bottom of this one sin. This is what Jesus said. This is the root of all of our social ills. Okay, and if we don't understand sound currency, we don't even know what to ask for. We don't even know what to demand. We need money that goes up in worth. That's what it comes down to. You got to say no, no, no. My money is going to do what it did relative to the VCR. I want to not be an owner of one home. I want to be the owner of 5 homes, 10 homes, 20 homes, whatever it is. You see, sound currency should not be a threat to anybody, but it is, because they are in darkness, in ignorance, in confusion. They don't understand that the worth of their currency will increase too. But they say, look, I'm already secure, I'm already status quo, I'm already plugged in the establishment. My numbers, I can adjust at will and make them go up because I'm involved in the essential human needs business. I'm involved in housing or food. So I can just, boom, I can just increase my numbers and I can't worry about you. You should, come to my side, become one of me. If you can't beat them, join them, right? That philosophy. Is that the way it really should work? Is that what's written in your Bible? Is that ethical? Is that moral? That, if the criminals took over the planet tomorrow, that, you should just become one and abandon your ethics, your morals, your integrity, your honor, your conscience? No, of course not. So you've got to be introspective. We all have to be. And we all have to get prayerfully before God on our faces if we need to and say, God, help me to understand. Empower me with power from on high, with the truth, the spirit of truth. Let it live within me. Let it convict me when I'm wrong and steer me to the right way of thinking, to the way you want me to think that will bring me happiness by pleasing you. And this is the things we want to convey to others, to think this way, to speak this way, to act this way in all our affairs. Give a damn about your fellow man. That is loving your fellow man. All of them. Care about the children in Syria that are being bombed out, the women. Care about all these immigrants. Yes, we do. So let's have peace in the land. Let's settle this argument. Let's meet with ISIS, find out what their demands are, and if they're unreasonable, we can grab them right then and there by the throat and and do what we have to do, act spontaneously, like Moses. Moses killed a guy, but he did it spontaneously. So it wasn't capital murder. It wasn't premeditated, and that's what we need to have. We need to act spontaneously on these crazies. They say, no, your way is incompatible. Even the Muslims can't tolerate you ISIS characters. You're not just going to willy-nilly kill Christians we've been living side by side with for centuries here. No, we're not going to allow that as Muslims, as good and decent, just human beings that really honor God and really care about the truth and what's right and what's wrong. And we're not going to abandon our conscience and our integrity and our honor. We're not going to do it. Muslims are saying that. Jews are saying that. Christians are saying that. We're able to live together. But we got to meet together like Churchill said. Stay close to your friends, even close to your enemies, because these are the guys you got to worry about. Okay, these are the backstabbers, smiling faces, like this psychopath that killed those people in the nightclub. A smiling face. Do you see his pictures? He's always smiling. Smiling faces often tell lies. They don't tell the truth. Underneath it is a psycho. And there was 1,000,001 red flags. Law enforcement had every opportunity in the world to nail this guy and take away his guns. Of course they should have. Of course they should have. Okay? And it's people like Obama and Hillary Clinton, the George Bushes of the world, all these people. It's not a Democrat thing. All of these people have been working lockstep together to destroy America, to make it beyond hope. That's it. They want to make it irretrievable. So far gone. Give up, man. Just accept your third world status. Just keep accepting it, man. You can't make it? Well, go to welfare. And if they've got any crumbs left, maybe they'll throw them your way. If not, tough. We'll just have an oligarchy in Mexico. We'll have all these billionaires out there. And we'll just have this huge gulf, this huge wealth disparity, this separation that the elite have created. This permanent underclass, etched in stone, hopelessness, never being able to be a homeowner and have any prosperity. Give it up, man. Abandon your stupidity, your pipe dream of ever having anything. Give it up, man, and join those that are going to die out in the cold. And it's for the good. To save the planet, we got to depopulate. While your rents go up, your mortgages go up, your cost of living goes up, your taxes go up. While we price fix, while we manipulate markets. Just keep doing this with TPP, all these unfair trade agreements, while we ship your industries overseas under the pretense, predicated on this idea that we're balancing the scales. And, well, America's been too rich and industrious and prosperous, so we got to bring it down to the level of China. While China's getting poorer, while Mexico's getting poorer, while India's getting poorer. And it's not working. They don't want it to work. They need crises. They need chaos. They need destabilization to stay relevant. These are bloodthirsty monsters out there, and we collectively, that's humanity, people that truly give a damn. I don't care what your persuasion is, Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal, communist, capitalist. We are humanity, have to come together as one and bum rush these bastards. We've got to grab them by the throat, by the jugular. The money printing operation, we've got to get control of it. Short of that, all we've got to look forward to is the return of Jesus. I predict things will continue to descend into third world status in America and around the world, because the last thing they want is America to be a shining light example for other nations, to say, hey, we stood up to these monsters. We took over. That's we, Democrats and Republicans, conservatives and liberals, Christians and Muslims and Jews, communists and capitalists out there. And we demanded justice, and we took over the money printing operation. And we're a shining light example now. That's their worst nightmare. That's their worst fear. And that's where I want to hit them. I want to kick them where it counts, man, metaphorically speaking. I want these people put down. I want them in ethics rehabilitation centers, okay? I'm a nice guy. I don't believe in capital punishment. I don't believe in the concept of punishment. It doesn't work. I believe in the reward idea. But I also believe in the confinement idea that once in a while, somebody is not safe to be free amongst decent human beings. And these people fit the bill, these elitist hypocrites out there, these money monster masters, these illegitimate overlords of every ilk. Okay, they are working together like the Bilderbergers. Okay, all these people, man, the New World Order cabal. Okay, they're all right in there with this money printing class. Imagine the satanic power they have to print the money, the copyright, the legal copyright. The FBI is working for them. They'll come out and investigate any counterfeit as if their crap is real. We're in debt, folk, to the tune of trillions of dollars to countries like China. Give me a break, China. And I'm the nut here. People are going to say, oh, he's a radical, he's a pipe dreamer, he's an idealist, he's a utopian, he's full of nonsense. Is that what the Bible would say? Is that what Jesus would tell me? That I'm bad? How about John Lennon? How does he feel about idealism and using your God-given imagination? How does he feel about that? It's supporting equal rights, okay? Equal means equal. Equal means not privileged, okay, by nature. It means not privileged, not exclusive. It means across the board. Yes, these are entitlements. I see the term entitlement bandied about like this is a derogatory term, okay? This is a pejorative. Is it really? Is it really? It's a right. It's a synonym with a right. An entitlement is synonymous with a right. If you're going to tell all these poor people, well, sorry, there's not even any Section 8 money left, the welfare system, and people are against it. Donald Trump's against the welfare, and so we've taken away Section 8 or we've limited it. It's we'll let the people in that are already on it, but we can't take any more. I'm sorry, you have to go die out in the cold or sleep in your car or something and just get roused in the middle of the night forever because, you can't sleep here, you can't sleep there. We just keep persecuting you and running you off. No more Hoovervilles. You can't all come together and build yourselves a little city here and do what you can to survive because the most natural thing in the world is to build a shelter and to go hunt for food, become a hunter-gatherer, grow your own food, whatever. No, we're not going to allow you to do that, and we're not going to give you welfare. You see, if you take away the welfare, good and fine and dandy, that's great. But you got to allow somebody to set up camp. You got to say, this is for homesteading, and this is not. That's it. And if you're unwilling to do that, you are evil. And mark my words, you will go to hell. Essentially, you're telling people you don't have a right to survive. You got no right to share in this planet's inherent wealth. Okay? You're ungodly. That's it. You're unholy. You're ungodly. And I guarantee you will go to hell if you embrace that kind of philosophy. So it can't be both ways. That's having your cake and eating it too. Okay, it's prescribing to that philosophy. Well, I'm anti-welfare completely. We shouldn't have any social safety nets. Take it all away, right? Because you can't take some of it away. That's not fair. Then you're being biased. Then you're being selective. You're giving privilege and preference, and you're being exclusive. So no, we've got to get rid of it all. If we're not going to show compassion to this group, we're not going to show it to this. So you believe in inequality, so all the way. That's it, man. It's just dog eat dog, survival of the strongest, and this is how it's going to be. Okay? Do you get what I'm getting at here? Is that we all need to search our own souls, our own hearts and minds, and say, am I fit to inherit a renewed earth? Essentially, that's heaven on earth. Or am I unfit? Where am I going from here? And what do I need to get to the place I want to be? Do I have a clear idea in my mind of a society I want to live in that's perfect, down to the smallest detail? Is it just me and my family and friends and peers that are free and safe and secure and prosperous? Or is it him and her and all of us? Okay? That's what we all need to decide as individuals. So Trump needs to understand what's going to happen here. He will lose the election, and he will be thought of as a ringer and a deceiver because people aren't going to buy the idea that he didn't understand the same things I'm spelling out here. Of course he understands. Of course he understands. He understands how upsetting this is going to be for countless business interests out there. So I've made it very simple for everybody to understand. So don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I know very well what I'm talking about. So yes, he's going to have to give them all amnesty, and he's going to have to start making some concessions. He could say, look, I'm going to lay down the law once I'm president. We are going to be hard-nosed about the immigration. You want to come to America when I'm president, then we're going by the book, okay? And this is what it takes to be a citizen. We want you to be able to speak the language. We want you to know about our culture, respect our hard fought for rights, our history, okay? Because we are natives. There's a lot of native-born Americans. It doesn't mean you're a Native American Indian, but it means you're born, wherever you're born into, you're endemic to, you're a native of that land. And so there's a whole lot of Native Americans that are second, third, fourth, fifth generation here that have as much rights as any other immigrants that are coming here and demanding